Welcome, everyone, to episode one of the One Last Year podcast. I'm your host, Sawyer Fields.
I'm also your host, Ian Chandler.
I'm my host, Jacob Summers.
And I'm your host, David Ball.
And as if you're listening closely, you could probably tell that Jacob's mic is way worse than everyone else's. I don't know if that's ever going to change. Anyways, before we get into what we want to talk about for our first episode, I think an explanation is in order for what this podcast even is. First, if you want, I recommend going and following the Instagram page for this podcast. It's One Last Year 2025 for updates on when episodes come out. And, if you're listening on Spotify, this is also available on YouTube. And if you're listening on YouTube, this is also available on Spotify. Now, One Last Year. What even is this podcast and why are we doing a podcast? So, the four of us here, as of the day this is coming out, the day this comes out will be the last day of our junior year of high school. Meaning that in a year's time, we will be graduating as seniors. So,
Hey, don't say we. Don't say we.
yes, Ian Chandler
Watch
might not.
me. Just watch me.
We
Oh,
might.
yeah, that's what I meant.
You're gonna be a super senior, Jacob?
I'll be a super junior.
Oh, okay.
It's an aspiration.
So,
Definitely.
our plan for this podcast is to do one episode every week for the next 52 weeks until episode 52, which will be our last episode of the podcast. We will be done. That is our goal. And I guess the main reason that I want to do it in this sort of way, in a way where, it starts at the end of our junior year and finishes at the end of our senior year, is in a lot of ways to commemorate our final year as high schoolers. And also because I personally don't think it's fully dawned on a lot of people yet, like just how little time we have left with one another. And because, for a lot of us, especially those who have been going to the school district, which getting this out of the way, we go to Bettendorf High School. Sorry to dox ourselves.
Go dogs.
Yeah, I've already doxed myself. We've already doxed ourselves so much on the Business Goose YouTube channel, which is my YouTube channel. So, yes, we go to Bettendorf High School. Please don't send us any fan mail.
I know there's going to be
What?
a lot.
Yeah, there's going to be a
This
lot
is
of
not an
fan
agreement.
mail. I can already hear the fan art being made. But I feel like for most of us, especially those who have been going since elementary school, which we've all gone to this school district since we were in elementary school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's like almost a
Yeah.
decade for all of us, or over a decade. I think for pretty much all of us, we've all gotten so used to, this cycle of going to school every day and seeing the same people, like going to school with hundreds of other kids our own age every day, day after day. And we just see the same faces every day. We see the same people every day. We experience the same things every day. I feel like we've gotten very numb to it. I don't think it's fully set in with a lot of people that in just 1 year, all of that is going to go away. Like, most of the people that we know and that we're so used to seeing every day, we are probably never going to see again in just a year. And that's really sad.
What are you
That's
going to do to my family? What
what?
are you doing, Sawyer?
Yeah, Jacob's family
My
is never
family
going to
left.
see him again after he graduates. Um, and so what I really want to accomplish with this podcast is sort of to, one, commemorate all the time we've spent with one another these past several years and during our final year, but also to sort of, immortalize our connections with all these people, because hopefully, eventually we will have guests on. We already have a couple people who will want to be guests. And our goal mainly with them is to, sort of reflect on our past experiences with one another and, also look forward to the future. I mean, what with you guys, what do you think you're going to be doing in a year's time after high school? What are your goals?
Well, I guess I'll go next. I'll go first. I hope to be in college. I want to go to Western Illinois, and I don't know. It's gonna be weird going to a new school with all new kids. People I've never met before.
That's what I'm
Um,
saying. I see a lot of memes and videos where it's like me unfollowing everyone from my high school the second I graduate. I swear to God, if anyone does that to me, I'm gonna be so angry.
I'm going to their house.
Like, what? Were you just fake to me all these years?
Yep.
Uh,
Why do you think I'm here?
Yeah. Wait, huh?
As soon as this is over, I'm blocking all three.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm never
done. I'm
like when
done
I
after
said
this.
Right.
like never see those people again. I meant you guys specifically. I'm never going to talk to you again.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. By the end of this, we could like either hate each other entirely, or we could be like the second coming of the Impractical Jokers. I
Dude,
don't like. I don't know. I don't know. Where's it gonna go?
Good question.
So what? Wait, what do you want to do in college, Ian?
Me?
Yes.
I want to study criminal justice because I want to be a cop. Which some people who know me might be scared by that. but
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little scared by that considering things.
let's just leave it at that.
Ian Chandler is a questionable individual.
But I don't know. I'll be responsible. I think I make a great cop. It's something I've wanted to do for about the last like 6 months.
Yeah.
But ever since I set my mind to it, it's like it hasn't left. If that makes sense.
What about you, Jacob? What do you want to be?
I'm gonna go to a school so I can study to be a criminal that Ian Chandler will arrest. That's my plan.
Oh yeah, what kind of crimes are you going to be committing, Jacob?
Bad ones.
Bad one. Murder, robbery, arson. Uh,
I dabble.
you
I
dabble.
don't know.
And David,
Yeah.
what are you going to do?
I'll probably go to Iowa State for architecture.
Architecture.
Nice thing about Iowa State is that basically my tightest friend group, we're all going there.
You're all
so.
going there. Are you getting a house together?
No, we aren't gonna get a house together or anything. It's just nice to know that I'll know people on campus compared to like a smaller school.
I'm going to be a film director. That's my goal. I want to go to film school.
Big surprise. No one could have ever seen that
No
coming.
one could have ever seen Sawyerfields want to go into film coming. Who would have thought that the guy who makes YouTube videos for his school wants to make videos for a living?
I'm gonna see you in Hollywood one day. If you ever need like a cop for a film, you know who to hit up.
Yeah, if you're a guest on this podcast, like you can say that you were on the Sawyerfields podcast, and
That's like
What a treat!
like you're
Those
gonna
are
be
connected.
sitting at the dinner table with your kids, and you're gonna be like, "Hey, I was on Sawyerfields' podcast in high school. Can you believe that?" But yeah, I feel
And
like
then they'll ask who Sawyerfields is.
what? I feel
Yeah. What if you do something nefarious and tarnish our reputation?
like I
Yeah.
become a Dan Schneider of Hollywood.
Yeah. Well,
we're like, I've never been on the Sawyer Fields podcast. What are you talking
What?
about?
That's
That
not
was
me.
a different David Ball.
That was a different guy. Like
Oh,
David, you're in a job interview and you're like, we understand you had past affiliations with Sawyer Fields. What's that about?
That was
Oh,
my twin brother.
oh, yeah, okay.
That was
then.
actually Davis Ball.
Mm.
He misspelled it. He misspelled it to David Ball, but it's
Yeah, he can't write. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it is really sad that because for a lot of these people, even the people that the four of us may not be like friends with, I feel like we've still gotten used to just seeing certain people's faces like repeatedly every day. And it's like, man, in just 1 year, which is not a lot of time, we're never going to see those people again, most likely. And that to me is really sad. So I really want to be able to just commemorate the time we spent with one another in this podcast, and hopefully with guests we have on, reflect on those times together.
Mhm.
And
we should have
secondly,
guests that are only freshmen
only
that we
freshmen.
will like barely even know.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure even if you don't know us at all, just come on as a guest and tell us all about yourself.
Mhm.
Secondly,
Or yes,
why the hell are we doing a podcast of all things? Because I feel like podcasts have gotten like a really negative stigma in the past
Especially
year.
in our school.
hey, I haven't been told.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of podcasts, like, it really is just two dudes, and they're like, "Hey, what if we started a podcast? That'd be a good idea." And then it lasts like 5 episodes, and then it's over. I feel like we hopefully will circumvent that because we actually have a goal in mind of 52 episodes. Like we're not just gonna end abruptly. I hope not. It'd be a real shame if like Jacob died in a car crash or David died in a car crash caused by Jacob.
I was gonna say, yeah, same car
Right,
crash,
yeah.
please.
Jacob's bad criminal acts.
I feel yeah,
Sounds like
Jacob.
Yeah, I get caught in the crossfire.
Yeah.
I hope Jacob doesn't like start early on his criminal career and like kill somebody and then go to prison forever and then we have to record our podcasts like in the meeting room with him. It's just a camera popped up against the glass.
Dude, that'd be lit. No, you get so many more views on that.
You would.
Dream guest on my podcast, this serial killer.
Convicted felon Jacob Summers. Welcome on the podcast.
But the reason I want to do a podcast is because this actually isn't the first podcast to come out of a Bettendorf student before. It's not even the second or the third. So here's a bit of a history lesson, okay? So last school year, which was our sophomore year, about midway through the year, there was a senior named Mason Fall who started a podcast titled the Fall Break Podcast. Ian, I know you remember that one.
I never actually watched it.
I
remember we had Mason Fall in our German class, and
Yeah.
every day he'd come in and talk about his podcast.
He would. He was such a character too, because it'd be like 8:15 in the morning. He would drink a can of Mountain Dew and just be, oh
He was
man,
so loud.
I'm so excited for German.
Hold up, let me go grab something. Keep talking.
Okay, but yeah, Mason Fall started his podcast, and it's still on YouTube, and I think it lasted about like 17 episodes. I'm not sure, and each episode was about like 30, 45 minutes, something like that. And I mean, it got pretty popular. I feel like a lot of people knew about it. He advertised it a lot, and overall, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. He even wanted Ian and I on as guests at one point, but we never
remember.
did.
Here, I've got a little souvenir here from Mason Fall.
You do?
Yeah.
What is
you
that?
can see that?
Is that his Hy-Vee name tag?
Whoa.
His IV name tag.
That's legendary.
Crazy.
I don't even remember how I got it. I think he just gave it to me.
I remember
Got
him
the
giving it to
quotes on the
you.
back. Can't even read that.
We
but
cannot. Is this
Flip it
allowed? Are you
backwards.
allowed to show this?
Just to Spotify.
We're gonna get like shut down by
Yeah,
Hy-Vee.
Hy-Vee's like, yeah, you can't see those on YouTube. Sorry.
But yeah, I keep this hung up next to my bed actually when I sleep.
You too.
Yeah,
it's like a dream catcher.
I look at it, I'm like, damn.
I miss Mason Fall. He was such a guy.
Mhm.
But
Keeps you safe at night.
yeah, I remember he had like a whole setup that he had like at his house, I think. I don't know if it was his house, but he had like a room. He had a microphone. My friends, Owen Hubbard and Noah Martinson were on his guests, and they told me all about it. So it was quite an interesting experience. But Mason Fall doing that, I feel, kind of started a trend at our school, which continued that same school year with our dear friend Chaz. David, you know Chaz, right?
I do. Yeah, I do know Ches very well,
We-
and I know his podcast and kind of. He had a lot of restrictions behind what he could put out.
Yeah, so that same school year, Chaz started a podcast of his own. He was a junior at the time. He just graduated this year. Which was the Unleashed podcast, and this was different because it was what, Ian?
So when you were talking about Chaz podcast, I was like, I've never heard of Chaz. I have no idea who you're talking about. And then when you said the name Unleashed, I was like, oh yeah, I do remember hearing about that. I've never actually seen an episode though.
Yeah,
I've been podcast blind at our school. I've never seen any of the podcasts.
so this was different because it was sanctioned by the school, right? Like, how did he do it? Do you know?
Well, they
was
have a
Jazz?
little in the performing arts center at our school. There's a room by the like sound and audio and light booth in the back, and it's completely like soundboarded off. It's like a great recording space. So that's where he would record it. And then he would have guests on. I've listened to a couple of his podcasts, and most of them are like about school history and stuff like that. So it was kind of stuff the school wanted him to talk about.
Because I remember,
I didn't know that was sanctioned by the school.
yeah, because they talked about it in the announcements. It was in the newspaper. They even had like
remember
posters.
that.
There's still posters for it around the school. by
Really?
the
Where?
Yes, there's a lot of posters.
yeah, by like the student services, there's a poster just on the wall for the podcast that has not been touched in like an entire year.
So you make a poster for this podcast and put it
Yeah,
over
put it.
that
Yeah,
one.
well,
I'd
yeah,
get
put
in
it all
trouble
over
for
the
that.
wall.
I remember. I
Oh.
don't know the specifics, but I know one student last year hung up posters for something, and he got like sent to the office and like had to take them all down because it wasn't school sanctioned.
We've
But
got to like wear a ski mask
Yeah.
as we go around and put these posters up so they can't see us in the cameras.
the Unleashed podcast was also, it was all right. Like each episode was like what 25 minutes, something like that.
Some of them
Yeah,
went
they were
past
not long.
30. Yeah.
Aren't we already at like 20 minutes?
For this,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Dang. We
But
haven't even got to the main topic.
yeah, we'll get there. Don't even worry about it.
We've been yapping.
What? Sorry, buddy. Maybe
Wow.
that's
Keep
the
doing
point of
it,
a
keep doing
podcast.
it, keep going.
Maybe you should just leave, Ian.
Yeah.
Maybe I will.
Please don't. So yes, Chaz did his podcast, and it was also it was a hit. It was a big hit. But then that ended, and Mason Fall graduated, so his podcast ended, and then it was this school year in which not one, not two, not three, but 4 new podcasts popped up, also sanctioned by the school, and none of them lasted more than 2 episodes. None of
I'd
them.
never heard
I've
of
never
it.
heard of it.
Yeah, because
I've seen a couple of them on like
Yeah, they-
the WAGs.
they posted about it on like the school's Instagram page. But yeah, 4 times this year. One of them wasn't even like done by students, but like 4 times this year, a podcast arose, sanctioned by the school again, that similarly like they all talked about school related things. And none of them lasted more than 2 episodes. I think only 2 of them lasted 2 episodes. The other lasted 1. And none of them were longer than 15 minutes. I think the longest one was like 16 minutes long. And they were all filmed at the school. I know that. And I got to tell you, like, full respect to everyone, they're not very good. Because
Yeah.
there's
I feel like there was a lot of school restrictions on stuff you could do or say on that podcast.
I mean, yeah,
I
obviously.
bet you
like,
the time limit was even a part of the school thing where teachers just didn't want to stay to supervise this for very long.
yeah, they probably did it during Pride time, which is like our study
That-
hall time.
That's
Well,
rough.
and also most of them were scripted out.
Yes, that is the big thing. A lot of them felt very obviously scripted, at least planned ahead. Because,
Yeah.
well, like, because a lot of them like just made a lot of mistakes that are like really conventional no-nos for podcasts. Like one of them in both of the episodes, they had a royalty-free like piano track in the background the
whole
entire
time.
time, just on loop.
I suggested that for this, dude.
Yeah, but
I have nothing wrong with that.
no, but listen,
I'm gonna
like,
watch that. I'm gonna advocate for that podcast.
listen, the problem is that one, the audio balancing was already bad enough as is, so the music was like just as loud as they're talking. But
Every other note was
it was so obvious when it looped because like you'd be 2 minutes into it and like it just like be playing and then stop and then just start over again, and it was impossible to ignore. There's
I feel
another
like
one.
that get like way too annoying. You couldn't like it'd be rough.
Gonna focus, and there's
Yeah,
another
you
one
can actually listen to what they're saying.
on like what David said about the main script. There was another one where it was in like an interview between 2 students who are friends with each other in person, and it was very clear that the questions he was asking her, he already knew all the answers to, because he would ask her a question and she would like give like a whole response, like a whole well thought out answer, and his response to her answer would just be, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Anyways, next question." He would not. In every single question, he did not acknowledge a single thing she said. He was just like, "Yeah, okay. Next question," and would just move right on.
I think I remember actually
interrogation.
hearing you rant about that one, probably one like lunchtime or something.
Yeah, I listened to it during my digital photography class. I saw it and was like, "Man, I gotta listen to this." So, yeah, in short, the reason I wanted to do a podcast is one, because I think it'd be fun, but two, I've been inspired. I've been inspired by those that have come before us, and we're here to be the best ones. We're gonna be the best ones. Oh yeah, right, guys.
Write it down.
Yeah.
Write it down.
Uh huh.
Mark my
I
Hey,
words.
think
did they have trailers?
Yeah.
Did they have
They
trailers?
didn't have trailers.
Oh.
They
No
didn't
way.
have.
nothing.
They didn't have video. Any of them.
They also didn't have Sawyer Fields.
They didn't have Sawyer Fields. Or
They also didn't
Chandler.
hype up everybody about the podcast 5 days before it releases,
5
Right.
days.
making them wait.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the trailer was
It,
out.
it,
yeah.
it builds hype. Every single person I like have a class with, I'm like, guys, you heard about the One Last Year podcast? I'm like, no, what's that? And I'll show them the video. Like, wait, you're in this podcast? I was like, oh yeah, I mean, I guess.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Maybe
I
it's
guess.
just me then.
No, I got so upset like during passing just today. Mason, a different Mason, who's in our German class, a good friend of mine. He came up to me. It was like, "Hey, sorry, you know nobody's gonna listen to this, right? Nobody's gonna
Dude.
listen to this. If you're listening to this right now, thank you. We
Mhm.
appreciate you."
it.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna make fun of Mason tomorrow for that.
yeah,
You
we
guys are
better.
coming.
Can you guys want to come with us and do that?
Sure.
No,
All right. Oh, all right, Jacob.
Jacob has crimes to commit.
Yeah, he's got to study up for
Yeah.
his application form to criminal university.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, I think it's time for us to actually get into what we want to talk about for this first episode, which for this podcast, which is all about commemorating our high school experience, for episode 1, our first episode, I think it makes sense for us to go back and reminisce on our first year of high school, our freshman year. Wasn't that such a great year,
I don't
guys?
I don't
Oh,
want to talk about
that's
it.
pretty clever.
A year full of nothing but great haircuts and fantastic memories, right, everyone?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, those could be words you could use.
They could be. So, I want to talk about let's talk about the first day of freshman year because that was quite a day for me in particular. See, freshman year did not kick off to a great start for me at all because the year before then was the COVID year, was the 2020-2021 school year. And for that year, in our last year of middle school, I was completely online. I was inside the entire year. And I feel like that, you too, Ian?
Me too. Yeah.
Mhm. How's that? Did you enjoy that?
Well,
No.
it's funny
I've heard
because
stories.
my sister is the one who homeschooled me, and she might be watching this. So yes, I enjoyed it.
It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
It was awesome. It was the best year of my life.
No, oh, what's the word? Like, no offense. Like, I did it. I did have some fun. It was kind of nice to not be going to school every single day, but it also got,
Boring.
I don't know. I did end up missing school and missing seeing other people my age and like interacting with them. So I mean, like, yeah, like I said, no hate to my sister. I think she did a great job, and she homeschools all her kids, and I know she just does a great job because they're like some of the best kids I've ever met.
W.
Yeah, but enough glazing.
Enough, yeah, enough glazing your sister, Ian. Okay, I'm sorry. Um, I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh yes. So the problem with online schooling for a lot of people is that I think it kind of, especially for me, took away a year of development that was important. Because I feel like the neon clothes era is meant to end in middle school for boys. But I showed up to school first day of freshman year wearing a neon green t-shirt and neon blue shorts. And that was such a terrible decision because practically everyone I spoke to that day was like, Sawyer, what in the actual hell are you wearing? It was the worst.
Everyone
I mean, you're easy to see.
Huh? Yeah, it makes me easy to see. It makes me noticeable.
Pretty clever.
Oh, and the
Mhm.
second day wasn't much better either because I wore a t-shirt. It was a goose t-shirt. It had goose on it. And
Mhm.
that was the last day of high school I ever wore a t-shirt to school because going into freshman year, I was 5'6" and weighed 98 pounds.
I remember that.
And I got made fun of so much for how skinny I was that day alone that I don't think I've come to school not wearing a hoodie or a sweater at all since. I don't think I ever have since that day.
Is it shit? The whole podcast can be trauma.
Yeah, we're trauma dumping this podcast.
Well, I remember my first day of school. All I can remember is just Ethan Giefman screaming "Good morning" at me when I walked through those
Oh yeah, all the well,
main doors.
yeah, all like the Stuco members, right?
Yeah, well, and I was in student council and still am. But my freshman year, I remember they were telling everyone how they were gonna line up and say it. So I was ready for it, but I wasn't ready for Ethan Giefman to give me some hearing.
Yeah, I was not ready to walk into school the first day of freshman year and just have like a crowd of high schoolers just going, "Welcome, yeah,
VOODMORINNG.
good
Good
morning,
morning.
hey,
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 good
good
morning,
morning.
hey," and yeah, that was horrible. And will we be doing that next year? Because Cell Crew did that this year, right?
Yeah, Stuco should.
Jacob fell
We
over.
may, we may, or, we
My
may or may not
phone's
do this.
dying.
For
Sorry.
for
Or I mean, my
Spotify users,
professional podcasting
for,
PC.
for the
Sorry.
Spotify users, Jacob
There we
just
go.
Jacob fell
knocked over
over.
his camera.
No.
Jacob
Yeah, I lost
himself
my
actually
mouse.
fell over.
My
Oh yeah, a
bad.
bit of background information on us. David and I are members of student council, and Ian has just been elected to student council and will be a member next year for
Hey, this is the second best thing.
our last
This is
year.
the second best thing. Being rejected.
Oh, and Jacob was rejected from student council.
Oh,
Jacob ran
Almost.
and didn't make it. His video got
So
rejected
close.
too.
They admin was big haters on his video.
Admin was they were a big hater on my video too. My video got rejected.
you're gonna get kicked for saying that, dude. You're
Yeah,
on
admin loved
thin
my
ice.
video.
Admin loves me.
Yeah, they made an extra spot for you. I saw that.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
I'm a marketing executive on student council. I make all the videos.
They had to guarantee you'd make it on.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
Mm-hmm.
Makes
without
him feel
you,
special.
there would be no student council videos.
There would be no student council without me.
Oh, there'd be videos. They just wouldn't be good.
Yeah, that was like my main inspiration for wanting to join student council in the first place. Because I remember near the end of sophomore year, before elections happened, you posted an ad for the ping pong tournament, and
Yep.
all I remember thinking was, "Man, this sucks. I could do better," and that's why I ran. And now we're here.
We're here.
Another interesting thing that happened our first day of freshman year was that we had a different principal.
Oh yeah, we did.
We did.
We did have a different
We had
principal.
Mr. Boley. It was his first and last year being our principal.
He was so chill. I miss him.
Nah, he was interesting.
I honest to God do not remember him at all.
I remember him.
I mean, just from admin wise, he did not say no to anything. So
yes, he did.
we for student council, he
He said
let
no to
almost all of
speed limits.
Well,
Huh?
Speed limit, what?
What do you
He
mean?
taught me to speed in school zones, dude. That's the first thing he said in the announcements. He was like, "I go 85 on Tanglefoot."
oh yeah, he does like to speed in school zones.
Don't you remember on the first day of our freshman year, or maybe it was the second, we all got called into the auditorium and he gave a speech, like pretty much welcoming us to high school and introducing himself as our new principal. And he like the first proclamation he made as
know what
principal
you're
to
saying.
us was how much he does not want to see girls wearing crop tops or booty shorts. That was his first
Dude,
thing.
you said something like, your your butt's touching other people's butts because
Yeah.
your shorts aren't long
He
enough
was
or
like,
something like that.
he was like, girls, if you're wearing booty shorts, your ass is touching the chair, and other people's ass is also touching the chair.
And I
That's
think that's how chairs work.
nasty.
I
I don't
remember
want to
that.
see it. He said it like 3 times. He was like, I repeat, I do not want to see high school girls in crop tops. I do not want to see it. And I remember just that like first week of school alone, like so many girls got dress coded. Do you remember that? Or was that our sophomore year? What year was it?
That was sophomore year was the year that they had the walkout at the beginning of the school year.
Yeah, because like so many
The
like
dress code.
Because the dress code.
oh yeah, I
yes.
remember. It's because my schedule was messed up at the start of sophomore year, and I was in the counselor's office like day one, like trying to get it fixed, and like I was sitting there for way longer than I should have been for whatever reason. I was in there for like 15 minutes waiting, and just in that 15 minutes at the start of the school day, like 10 girls all got called in and had to be like given a shirt. Quite crazy.
Wait, they had to give him like a whole new shirt. That's kind
But
of
yeah, because they gave them like an oversized T-shirt to wear.
Yeah.
Is that how the trend started?
Trend for what?
Yeah, I think so.
The
Oversized
oversized
t-shirt?
T-shirt trend.
Yeah.
they were wearing this. Like, wow, this kind of goes hard. I
You
kind of
know
like
what?
this.
This is better than
lit.
what we were wearing before. It's like an oversized T-shirt just with the Bet logo. Yo, fit check.
Kind of fire.
I'm gonna be wearing this all day. I might keep this.
I don't remember much from my senior year or my.
It didn't happen.
I don't either.
Probably,
It's
probably 'cause it
yeah.
didn't happen.
Where'd it go?
I'm gonna be honest, I hardly remember it either.
My freshman year. I don't remember much from my freshman year. Honestly, I think it's because I didn't do anything. I think I went to school, I went home, and then I played video games or watched TikToks.
We became friends freshman year,
I
Ian.
I was about to get to that, sorry.
Because you hated me before freshman year. You did
Here,
not like me at all.
let me explain. So before high school, the only interaction I had with Sawyer Fields was a Minecraft server. I
Uh-huh.
don't remember. I think it was started by Casey Lee.
I don't remember.
And and his voice is deep now, but back in the day, it was like high.
I
It
can
was like
still do
annoyingly
it.
high.
Should I do a demonstration of what
Do a
Sawyer
demonstration,
Fields used to sound like?
Please.
Please do.
Hey guys, welcome to the One Last Year podcast. I'm your host, Sawyer Fields. Episode 1. Yeah,
Taking me back.
that's what I used to sound like.
Yeah, and I thought he was like 12.
Yeah, I probably was annoying. I mean, I was just annoying in middle school, so I could just imagine, like you kill me in Minecraft, and I'm just like, that's not fair. You had diamond armor. What the?
I hated him in that Minecraft server. Then I think it was first quarter. I went to health class and Sawyer was there,
Second
and
quarter.
I knew nobody else in health class. I was like, I guess I'll sit next to this guy,
Mhm.
and I sat next to him, and we got to chatting it up, and I was like, dang, he's kind of cool.
I'm the funniest guy ever.
He had me laughing like all health, and then we made our first video together. in
That's
health class.
right. Health class freshman year
The-
was where Business Goose started.
Mhm.
If you
The-
don't know what Business Goose is, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can check the description of this video. It is my personal YouTube channel that Ian and David have both starred on. Jacob has not starred on it before. But
They'll get there.
Jacob will get there. He'll make his debut. But the first and earliest video on that channel is Ian and Sawyer and Ian anti-drug commercial, which was the first video. It was essentially the start of my career and my, love for filmmaking, which all it was we had to make a video that was like an anti-drug commercial, and each group sort of got given a type of drug to talk about, and we got steroids. So for that video, we went into my basement with our dear friend Caden Lepley, who came to help us. And all the video is just Ian like injecting himself with a syringe, and then it's like a metal doom music montage of him like lifting 1 pound dumbbells. And then he just dies. He just dies right on the spot. And I walk in and I'm like, steroids kill you.
Wrong voice.
That video was like the debut of the deep voice Sawyer, because before then
What was it?
it was like it was the
That's
first
right.
it was the first time I ever like tried to speak in full sentences, because at the start of freshman year I could do it, but I only did it in like short bursts. That video was like the first time where I like turned it on and kept it on. Because if you watch the video back, there's like a bloopers at the end, and like there's a blooper where I don't use the deep voice, so just randomly you can hear this like 12-year-old child in the middle of the video. It's like, who's that? Who's that guy?
Yeah, but if you guys want to see proper weightlifting technique, watch me lift weights in the steroids video.
You had that was like
It's pretty good.
you were like lifting them like leaning back, like
Um,
that was peak acting.
it was. We looked quite different in that video.
We did. My hair was so long. Because that's another
my-
thing. I also got made fun of for how big my forehead is and how I have a receding hairline. Because I remember also going into freshman year, not only was I skinny, but like I wore my hair differently. So like it like swooped to the side, so my forehead was like completely visible. It was honestly kind of similar to Jacob's, just like way uglier.
Man, come on.
Look, no, Jacob. Okay,
That's messed up.
let me interrupt myself here. Jacob has the best hair of all four of us.
He's got really nice.
Agreed.
You-
That's agreed.
I wish I could see David Ball's hair, but he's wearing that hat.
But
Yeah.
because I got made
would
fun
die.
I
of
just
for
got a
my-
haircut. You don't want to see it.
Okay,
Kind of do now.
no, it's okay. Don't. It's we're respectful of other people on this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, yeah, as I was saying, because I got made fun of for it, I was like, all right, solution, cover up my whole face. Simple. So I let my hair grow out so long freshman year that it literally like drooped down like past my mouth, which probably wasn't a good choice. I'm gonna be honest. My hair is getting kind of long now. I should probably get a haircut soon.
Probably.
But yeah, that was where it all began. That's where Business Goose began. The anti-drug commercial, freshman year.
Mhm.
Hold on. Where'd you get the name? Where'd you get the
Business
name?
Goose. I'm trying to.
Sure, it's deep.
I'm literally trying to think so hard right now. I know. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say where it came from. Where the obsession with geese came from. So
I know that.
it was when the Untitled Goose Game came out. I joined a Discord call with some of my friends, and jokingly shouted, "I'm a goose!" And for some reason, that just stuck. Like they changed my name to Goose in the server, and it's like, all right, well, I guess this is me now. I guess I'm the Goose, and so it kind of just like stuck. The theme with geese. I'm wearing a goose shirt right now, but yeah, that's why I chose to name the channel Business Goose, because it's like I'm a goose and I mean business.
Right.
Word.
I should start another channel called Silly Goose, which is just like really
Bloopers.
That could be your blooper channel. Yeah.
True.
Mm,
True.
no. I don't have enough videos on Business Goose to warrant that.
Then you make a. Never mind.
Make what? Go
I
ahead.
don't know.
Go ahead, Jacob.
No. That was not a complete thought. I didn't know where I was going with that.
Anyways, to move on now, Jacob, what was your freshman year like?
My freshman year, I thought we were talking about first day. First day, I walked into advisory. Oh, it looks like I'm holding a script. I'm holding my academic progress report
That is, yeah.
because I forgot what classes I had. First day, I walked into freshman year, and we went to advisory, and I forgot a pencil.
Is that all you got?
That's all I got.
All right.
Amazing.
That's
Oh.
so real.
Yeah.
Want to know one of my favorite memories from freshman year?
I do.
Homecoming. The homecoming dance. Because
Oh, I have a good story from that.
what a dance that was. That was
Yeah.
such a crazy
I
dance.
didn't go, unfortunately.
Did you
I
go,
was,
David?
Yeah, I was there with a bunch of friends, and we had all, we're freshmen, so we couldn't drive, so we all had our parents drop us off at a dinner.
Yeah, you all carpooled,
then-
and then like you told me the car wasn't big enough, so I didn't go, and I just showed up by myself.
Yeah, we got you to show up though. That's
Yeah.
That's the key point here. But anyway, we were just in the dance, just kind of sticking on a wall like a flower, and someone told a friend of mine that there was like someone had a gun.
Yeah, welcome to
So,
America.
immediately we left. We didn't even debate it. All like 5 or 6 of us in the group left, but we didn't have a car. So we got our shoes because they made the great decision to have a shoe room.
Yeah, that was
so you couldn't leave right away.
that was the weird part
So-
because like at that dance they were like, "Oh, no dress shoes allowed." So when you walked in, they like first
had
of
to take
all,
your shoes
for
off.
whatever reason they made you like they inspected your shoes first and determined whether or not they
Mhm.
were good. And I was wearing my tennis shoes and they were like, "Nope, you can't wear those in gym." They're my gym shoes.
These
What do you mean I
these
can't
are
wear
not
them?
Lightning
I
McQueen
think I was
Crocs.
wearing.
You cannot
I
wear
think I was
these.
wearing socks.
Yeah, so pretty much
on
everyone
the
was
dance
in
floor.
there wearing socks and either wearing socks or they were bare feet.
Yeah.
That's
So anyway, we got our shoes and then we went outside the main entrance and we got one of my friend's parents to come pick us up in their car and we all just chilled at his house for our parents to pick us up from there. But I remember just like calling my parents like, "Hey, something's gonna happen here. I'm out."
That's what you
And
said.
I got-
You're like,
and I-
something will happen. There is a guy with a
Well,
gun, and he
Well,
will.
I got out of there before everything else kind of went down. so I'm not sure if any of you guys
I
were
was there
but
for
you
longer than you
elaborate.
were, so I'll explain. First of all, I don't know how it started because I heard a lot of different stories about how the rumors like started spreading. Like some people said that some kid just like went up to like one of the security guards and was like, "Hey, I saw a gun," but he was just capping. He just said it for fun. Or like alternatively, someone did legitimately think they saw a gun and like just started telling everyone because I don't know the order of things that happened. But I remember that I went out and I wanted to get my shoes back. And the thing was, the way you're supposed to get your shoes was they had like a lady or whoever with like all the shoes behind her in bags, and like you had like a number. So I
She smells
luckily,
your foot.
yeah, she smells your foot,
She
and then
corresponds
she's
it.
like, "Yeah, I remember you. Let me get your shoes real quick." So I got there pretty quickly, so I didn't have to wait very long for my shoes. So I got them back. But it was so silly because all these people were like running out of the gym because they thought they were about to get shot. And
That's pretty silly.
but no, because they all got into just this massive line and were like, "Come on, come on, I need my shoes. Come on, hurry up."
Just
And
leave them, dude.
that's what happened, because what happened is
Yeah,
like
people love
some
their shoes.
kids, and they never got caught doing this. Some kids who heard about the rumor in the locker bay just adjacent to the common area where the shoes were started just pounding on the lockers as loud as they
Yeah.
could, which sounds like gunshots. So some people legitimately started thinking, "Oh my god, it's real, it's happening." And a lot of people ran out of the building without their shoes. And
I
so
know one kid who got ran over and actually broke his leg because of that. Yeah.
really, I didn't hear about that.
It was I think it was Isaac Yell, if you remember him. He doesn't go to Bettendorf anymore.
Oh yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
remember him. I remember him having a broken leg at some point.
Yeah, he was actually with our group and he decided to stay back.
Mm.
And yeah.
But a lot of kids, like that following Monday, which it was a Saturday the dance was on, so like 2 days
Yeah.
passed. Monday in the morning, there was just a massive crowd of students just in the commons or wherever, just like, "I need my shoes! Give me my shoes back!" Do you think some people showed up to school barefoot still?
Those are their only shoes.
Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah, most of them were dress shoes. But yeah, that was definitely the most interesting homecoming dance we've had. It's kind of hard
I
to
think
top
that
that.
was the last year they did the shoe thing, right?
Yeah, they didn't do the shoe thing again
Yes.
after that.
Yeah, they didn't. But they still do say that you can't have like a certain shoe bottom on it.
Yeah, because at the spring fling dance this year, Jacob was just scuffing up the floor for fun.
No, hey, no. I was cleaning the
You
floor with
cleaned
my
it.
nice orange shoes. No, because Corbin the Decker, I'm gonna call him out. He had black dress shoes and he started tap dancing, and he was making designs on the floor.
Mm.
He can
Why we
tap
can't
That
have
was
dance.
also not
things.
Of
okay.
course he can tap dance. What?
Wait, he's a professional tap dancer?
Probably not professional.
It looked like it.
He's got the
It looked
moves?
like it.
One thing that I don't miss from freshman year, I very much miss the fake shooting threats at our homecoming dance. That's a joke. But one thing I don't miss was a particular class, strategies for academic success.
Oh my god. The best
Hey,
class in high school.
I got 102 in that class.
So
I'm
did
just saying.
everyone. Everyone got 102% in that
I'm gonna
class.
check my academic progress
I
report.
didn't.
Okay, Ian. That class,
I got an A. I didn't even get an A plus. What?
you're terrible.
It's messed up.
But that was a class that they introduced our freshman year, so we were the guinea pigs for that class. And it was a college class where essentially the entire thing was just like how not to fail in school, the class.
What it was also to like learn how to take notes. Except I had it was
Cornell
my
now.
first block of my fourth quarter. So I had already taken Honors English 9 where you learn how to take all these notes. It was so
Yeah,
useless.
there's a unit in this class where you just take notes on taking notes.
Mhm.
And it was the most ridiculous thing ever. It was so easy and so mind numbing too. Because
It was.
there was like one unit where we had to do like memorization strategies, and like we had to give a presentation on a memorization strategy. So that you were like, my strategy is acronyms. So an acronym is a bunch of letters put together and it makes a word. And God, it was just such a terrible class. I haven't really talked to anyone because they changed it after our year because everyone hated it so much.
It's
They
not
still have
college
it?
credit anymore.
What is
It's
it?
not.
No,
They just made it easier. They just
we're
made it
the
worse?
only class that got college credit for it.
Hey,
We got
Current
college credit for that?
Yeah, we did.
current sophomores didn't get it, and neither did current
Gotcha.
freshmen.
So what is the class now? Do they teach the same things or is it? like, how's it
My
different?
sister has it, but I don't really know. She doesn't really talk about it.
You need to ask her.
Hold on. now.
You need to
I don't
ask.
want to glaze over the unit. I don't want to glaze over the unit where they made us get this piece of paper, like this bingo chart. And like we had to
Oh.
like be good in classes. You remember that?
Yes,
We
I
had to
hate.
be
I do
good in
remember
classes.
that.
It would be like, I didn't swear in this class, or like I complimented someone's schnoz
Oh
in this
yeah,
class.
yeah.
And then
I
you'd have to go to
remember
you'd
that.
have to go up to the teacher at the end of the class and be like, "Hey, did I not swear? Can you sign this?"
Dude, I
Oh,
remember that.
I
And you had
got
to get all of those.
so angry doing that assignment because I wanted to get the box checked that was like turned in their homework on time. And I was in my honors English 9 class. I went up to the teacher at the end of class and was like, "Hey, I've never turned in an assignment late. Can you sign this box?" And she looks at it and goes, well, you weren't sitting in your seat when the bell rang. You were in here, but you weren't sitting in your seat. I'm not gonna sign this, and I hate that teacher.
Me too. She's my biggest op. I won't drop her name.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, we won't name drop anyone.
you did on your Instagram, your fan
I
page,
did. On my fan
4
page. I
minutes ago.
did.
The
but-
David Ball fan page. You know what? I'm gonna say it. There will be a point on this podcast where the person behind the David Ball fan page is going to be revealed. I'm not. I'm not.
Well, I'm
Revealed
not
or
gonna
on
say.
it?
I'm not
No.
gonna say he's gonna be revealed. I'm just gonna say he's gonna be on it.
He's gonna be on it at some point, and I am going. I'm not gonna say when I'm gonna do it, but I am going to say who it is. Or maybe
That's
I
great.
won't. I don't know.
I mean,
No,
or maybe
we-
you'll
we
just,
have to promise-
bring up the David Ball fan page, and it just kind of happens.
Yeah, stay tuned because on episode 52, I'm revealing who runs the David Ball fan page. So if you want to know, you have to listen to all 52 episodes.
No, we can't.
In
we
order,
can't
it unlocks
say-
a key. Each episode, we're gonna say a specific
Yeah.
word, and then at the end, you all piece it together.
There's a hidden code at the end of every episode.
So stay tuned.
Speaking of Instagram, I remember something else that happened our freshman year. All the Instagram pages started, like all of them.
Did they start
Yes.
or did we just see them?
No, they started.
Did we
right?
No,
fresh-
they started.
I didn't
Yeah,
know.
they
Yeah,
started.
our-
Like the Owen Hubbard fan page. Y'all remember that one?
No, I'm talking about like bet sleeping and bet parking.
Did those just happen our freshman?
Yeah,
I feel like they
started
happened
our
before
freshman
that.
year. No.
Really?
I mean, unless I'm completely wrong, and in that case, I don't know, smite me. But yeah, our freshman year, the Bettendorf sleeping page started, and the Bettendorf parking page started, and there was a bunch of other like miscellaneous ones, like Bettendorf bathrooms, where all I can remember is that there was this one picture of a person in a bathroom stall at our school barefoot. And no, I don't even think anyone knows who it was.
Wait, was freshman year the devious lick year?
Yes.
Yes, that was the year
No.
devious
Was it?
licks were popular. That
I
was the year
remember
where
that 'cause-
soap.
I thought that was last year.
No.
No, that was the year where
Because
soap.
I remember
dispensers
going
were-
into the bathrooms freshman year and it being like a gamble that there would be paper towels in there or something.
Yeah, like the soap dispensers just went missing. I remember they got on the
Yeah, I'm
not gonna
announcements
say
one
who it
time
was.
and were like, "No more devious licks."
Yeah, I'm not gonna say who it was, but I once found a backpack full to the brim with door stops, and I was flabbergasted.
What?
What a crazy thing to steal. But yeah, the Bettendorf sleeping page in particular is one that I have memories with because I'm on it 3 times, and
All of them fake.
all 3 of them are fake. So basically, the point of the page is like you sent in, like if you saw someone sleeping in class, you take a picture of them, you send it to the anonymously run account, and then they post it. And I am on there 3 times. The first time I was on there was I was in geometry, and I don't remember who, but I was like, "Hey, take a picture of me real quick," and I just laid my head down, and that was it. And they posted it. The second time was the funniest time because it was a selfie. It was a literal selfie. I was in strategies for academic success. I was leaning back in my chair and just had my eyes closed with my phone in front of me like this. I was like, oh. And then they posted it. Like, I'm the only one who could have taken that picture because it was like under me. It was like between my legs.
Um, they got down there for the angle.
And then the third time I was on it was because they posted, and I was looking through the posts, and one of them was of a kid who just so happened to be sitting in the exact same chair I was currently sitting in the exact same classroom. So I told Braden McCormick, who I was with, I was like, hey, let's recreate this photo. So we recreated the photo and they posted as well. So there's two pictures on the Bet Insta sleeping page that are pretty much identical, and one of them is me.
I've been on the BHS parking twice.
Of
Ow.
course you have.
On purpose?
No, not on purpose. It's just both times it was like me like rushing to park next to one of my friends, and then I'm like way cockeyed, and then they take a picture of it, and then it makes it on there.
Have you guys ever gotten parking tickets?
I've not.
No.
I've gotten 2 Bendorf parking tickets for not parking in a spot.
What? Huh?
Hear me out. Hear me
What?
out. I was rushing to school because I was running late, which normally never happens.
That's a lie, but okay.
I used to park in South Lot all the time, and if like you go to South Lot late, there are no open spots.
Yeah.
I went to South Lot. And I was like, I have 2 options. I can either drive to North Lot and be late to class, or I can park at the end of the aisle, which isn't technically a parking space, but I'm still out of the way of everyone. I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna park at the end of the aisle.
Yeah, you should be
And-
glad like a kid didn't die because of an ambulance tried to get in the parking lot. They would hit your car.
I parked at the end of the aisle and I come outside and there's a little slip of paper underneath my windshield wiper.
And it had your name on it. It said Ian Chandler. I know this was you.
It has like the make, the license, like the make and model of the car, the license plate, and it was like $15.
Mm.
And I paid the first one, and the second one I haven't paid yet, and they haven't come after me. So, and I don't know how they'll find me.
How long have you had this second
Hold on.
one?
The second one I've had like all of junior year.
These things are only $15.
They're only
I could have been parking in reserve spots
you could be
every
parking in
day.
third spots and get 15.
I've got an idea.
Hey, it's like a subscription, okay?
It's a subscription to park in this.
No, because then you just put the ticket back in, and then they won't give you another one. It's $15 the whole year. We're never getting
Jacob is
sponsored by
going
the
to
school
criminal
now.
university.
Dude, he learned that in criminal class.
Somebody
I did.
put their McDonald's receipt under my windshield wiper once, and I thought it was a parking ticket.
For real.
Real. I took it out,
We're
and I'm
trying to
like, what? And it was like some like they're like, it was like a $30 order. I'm like, what are you doing having a $30 order during lunch?
take it in. Try to return their McDouble.
Dude, when my the brakes on my car were broken for a little while, so I had to borrow my brother-in-law's truck, and
remember
I
that.
had it parked on the side of the road. And I go outside. Is the day I was gonna return it, the truck. I go outside, and the side mirror is like shattered. Somebody hit it with their car, and I was like, oh my god, they're never gonna believe me. They're not gonna believe me when I say, I don't know, I just went outside and it was broken.
I found it like
swear.
this.
I found it like this. I was like, I'm screwed. They're never gonna trust me ever again. I'm gonna like get disowned. And I get inside the truck and I'm pissed. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so screwed. I get inside the truck and I see on the windshield wiper a little piece of paper. And I was like, what is that? I go outside and it's a note. And inside the note is like $400. And I was like, oh my god, I'm saved.
That's not enough.
It might have been enough. I don't know. But I opened up the note and it rained the night before, so the entire thing's soaked. And I opened up the note and it's like barely legible with the rain damage.
My bad.
And I have to drive. My brother-in-law's place is like 30 minutes away. So when I'm driving, I put the bills and the paper note on like the heater of the truck. I drive the whole way there. The whole thing gets dried, and I didn't get
Gonna get what?
in trouble.
No.
It was all ironed out.
Fantastic.
I know what a wholesome story.
What a fantastic ending.
Mm-hmm.
I know something else I miss from freshman year?
What's that?
Anything but a backpack day.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, they still do that, but
Not
people don't
this
go
year,
as
they
far.
don't.
Nope.
No, Miss
Not this year.
Clippy is not
Our new
like
principal.
that idea.
I'm so upset because I never knew it was happening. The
I
first
didn't
day of my
either.
freshman year, I went to school and I was like, "What are all these kids doing with not backpacks?" And
I
then
know.
someone said it was anything but a backpack day, and I was like, "Why did nobody tell me? I would have brought the goofiest, silliest stuff known to man.
I would have brought a person to carry my stuff for me.
I would have
brought
brought
my
my like
butler.
nephew, lug around all my stuff."
No, all I can
Yeah, I
remember.
think they tried that a few hundred years ago.
Yeah, the same thing. The last year we did it, which was sophomore year, or was it this year?
No, yeah, we did a sophomore year.
Sophomore year, I didn't know it was happening. I was so upset again. Did we do it junior year?
No,
Either
I
way,
swear they did it like last month.
no, I
we
remember.
we tried to.
I remember because what happened is we were going to do it as like a spirit day for the spring fling week, which is like our spring dance, and
Mhm.
I had to make a video for that week, and part of that video was like telling what the spirit days are, and one of them was anything but a backpack day, and before that, I'm airing this out. Tori, who was the chair of that student council committee and in charge of coming up with those spirit days, I asked her and was like, "So these have been approved, right? Like administration approved these?" And she said, "Yep, they have." She lied. That was a complete lie because like the day after I finished the video and like posted it, it was like, "Ooh, all done with that." She messaged me. It's like, "Hey, uh, we gotta do that again." So then we had to reshoot that part of the video. And if you go back and watch that ad in particular, you'll notice Tori's outfit just miraculously changes for like one single shot. But yeah, we didn't do it this year, and I'm really upset because I can remember freshman year, the end of that day so vividly, because it was the end of the day, and one kid brought a sled for his like not backpack. And all I can remember is at the end of the day, I was going down the main stairwell, but I couldn't go down because there was just a massive crowd of people. And I was looking, and there was a guy at the top of the stairs facing down. The guy with the sled was at the top of the stairs facing down with his, like, a friend, a buddy of his. And the two of them were sitting on the sled, and everyone was cheering. There was like this huge thing. And the dude, they literally slid all the way down the stairs, practically almost all the way out the doors, and it was so funny because like you could hear the thud on every single step their way down
Was
I
it not smooth?
the stairs.
No, the step with the. Never mind.
No, the stairs are not smooth, Jacob.
How fast was it? What was it, 0 to 60?
I don't know, man.
Fast.
I
I
I don't
remember
know.
Mr.
I was
Green
down.
I
on
was
that.
there too. It
We need
was
to-
quite the sight.
I haven't taken physics, so. But I can only imagine how the school would reacted if, like, on their way down, they like swept the legs of a kid and they like fell over. I feel like they could easily do anything but a backpack again. They just have to put a rule that's like it has to be something you can carry. Because like that,
Or just
It has to be a backpack.
like freshman year, like one kid, I don't remember who, like also brought like a tricycle. If you remember that.
I was about to bring up the tricycle. That was so
Mhm.
funny to see the kid pedaling down the halls with it.
Yeah, he was
The
like
little
pedaling.
basket in the front, he'd keep all his books.
Yeah. I feel like if they just made a rule like it has to be something you can pick up, you don't have to drag it, then it'd be fine. If we did
remember
anything
so
but a
To carry
backpack
a
day,
sled.
if we did
Alright.
did it again, what would you guys bring?
That's a good.
Not a backpack.
Thank you, Jacob.
Really, Jacob? Man.
I mean, I have my sister, but I don't think
Ah.
she can miss class.
Well,
I don't know what I would bring.
I'm like looking at my desk drawer like I'm gonna find the answer.
Doing the same thing. I'm looking all around my room right now.
You
Well,
found it. You found it. Your desk drawer.
my desk, my computer. I take everything out of the case and just
Mhm.
bring the computer case.
I remember one kid brought a PS5 box.
Yes, I remember that too.
But the coolest one I ever saw was some kid brought a microwave, and mid-class, he started making a hot pocket.
To our school?
Yeah.
How? Wait,
Like,
that's
He
not
just,
right.
he,
brilliant
just, he just
idea.
carried a microwave and put all his books inside the little microwave drawer and just lugged it around all day. In mid-class, he sets it down on the desk, plugs it into the thing, reaches into his pocket and pulls out a hot pocket, shoves it in, slams the door shut, just starts cooking up a hot pocket.
I want a hot pocket now.
Dude, didn't the kid who brought the PS5 box say that he like didn't even buy a PS5? He just
Yeah,
bought the box
I
off of a
remember.
scalper.
I remember
I think
hearing
he
that.
was joking. That would be
Who knows? He's
Was
probably
he?
graduated because we were
Probably.
freshmen. You know,
True.
our school was really violent when we were freshmen. Do you remember that?
That's a
Yes.
good point.
There were so many fights. Like, I want to talk about the middle school that year, but our school too. We went on the news. There was a point where there was a fight that happened in the hall. You all probably remember it. There was like a video of it, and it was the lowest.
That was a good one,
It was the
dude.
lowest quality video ever, and I have it on my phone still.
It's
But
because half of the competitors were teachers.
it was. But like the QC Times, the Quad City Times, literally posted like an article about it, and then literally just attached this low quality video of the fight. You can still find the news article, but yeah, there were so many fights that happened. There haven't been like that many fights. How many fights were there
No,
junior year?
I don't even think I
can't think of
know of
any
one.
junior year fights. I think of maybe one in the
Two.
cafeteria.
Yeah, there was that one
And
in the
I didn't even
cafeteria, and
see.
there was one that
Was that shower fight last year?
The shower fight?
There was a fight in the shower,
Oh, I do remember that. Some
dude.
kid showed me a video of
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Was that this year? Was that this
No,
year?
that was definitely last year.
Oh,
Jacob, it was in the LFL group chat. Some kid posted
it was.
the video.
But yeah,
Would it recreate it?
Speaking, so I brought up the middle school earlier, and I think it's so funny because when our grade was at the middle school, we were told multiple times by every teacher there, our grade is the worst grade they've ever taught in their 25 years of teaching.
they ate their
That's
words.
I
They
think we
ate
got
their
told-
words.
We got told that like 5 times, and we got silent lunch, silent everything, and then we leave, and it all goes downhill. They ended up in the news like 5
The
times for
school
fights
went
every
to
day.
shit when we were freshmen. The school made the news. That middle school, when we were freshmen, made the news so many times for how
It was so
violent
bad.
it was. Like there were people saying that like some kid had like a sharp object thrown at him. There was one article that I think everyone's seen where it was like Bettendorf Middle School turns Lord of the Flies. And attached to it was this video of this mom, and she was like, "Yeah, my daughter gets made fun of and harassed every single day, and like that girl transferred schools. She doesn't go to this district anymore."
Dude, because she like aired her daughter out. She said her last name, but like that was gonna stop people from finding her first name.
Yeah,
Like doxing your daughter. Dude.
there was like, but
Yeah.
with that, I do remember there was like a lot of misinformation too that parents started spreading about how violent it was. Because I remember one
Yes.
parent posted like this huge story on Facebook. It was like, yeah, basically there were these two kids fighting at the middle school, and the teachers actually took the kids outside off of school grounds and let them fight there. Like, no, that just didn't happen.
It didn't happen at the middle school.
What
At
are you
school
talking about,
ground.
Jacob?
Happened off of school grounds.
Ah, no.
True.
That was dumb.
Oh, there was or freshman year. I was walking home from school, and I used to cut through Hoover to get to my house.
Mhm.
And as I was walking, there was this big crowd of kids all just fighting in the just open field behind Hoover. I don't know if
Like
you guys know what
middle
I'm talking about.
schoolers?
No, they were high schoolers. I walk over to see what's going on, and I find out they're wearing boxing gloves and recording it. It was like a sanctioned thing where they were setting up tournaments and stuff, and the kids were just going at it.
Well,
And I sat there and watched for like 2 hours, just watch these kids just beat the crap out of each other.
probably not sanctioned by the school, but
No,
sanctioned
no.
by
It
Well,
was, like,
yeah.
sanctioned by like the kids.
No,
It's
that stuff just doesn't happen anymore.
It was so cool. It
yeah.
was like
What
I wish they did all
happened?
that.
What
it was
happened to
community
all the?
bonding.
Where'd all the violent people go?
We got soft.
What you got to think about is that like middle school is only 3 years, so like that's the grades below us next year. The
Yeah,
Lord of the Flies are
here.
that's our school now.
Like apparently
Yeah.
the sixth graders. I mean, this is what I've just been told from everyone else that's below us in grade level. That the sixth graders that year were the problem. So next year, the freshmen, we better look out for them because they're gonna be trying to stab us, kill us, poison us.
Yeah, I'll be like, what are you gonna do? You're in strategies for academic success.
Yeah.
Just
I
spoil
went
their
through
whole
those
life.
trenches. I went through that class when it
Yeah.
was nothing.
And I got college credit.
I
Yeah.
am not gonna sign your bingo sheet, bud.
You think any teacher's gonna want to sign your bingo sheet? You know what I had to go through to get mine signed? The turmoil
You're
I
not
went.
getting your Tootsie Roll.
Dude, I had to sit in my desk by the time the bell rang.
Dude, do you think we should like manipulate the freshmen like the seniors did to us when we were freshmen?
We should sanction
We
fights
sell bridge
at Uber.
passes.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up bridge
passes.
passes. Yes.
Uh, there's probably people who don't know what bridge passes are, but our freshman year, the seniors were selling. There's a bridge at Bendorf High School that connects what floor?
It just
It
connects
Like a
like
skywalk.
it just connects one end from
Bridge is misleading.
it connects one end of the school to the other that turns the school from like a U into a circle so you can just walk around the whole thing.
So you don't technically have to take the bridge. You could go all the way around if you wanted.
You can go down the
Um,
stairs and like go around.
Mhm. But there were these seniors that were like, if you want to take the bridge, you actually have to have this bridge pass. But I will sell you mine for cheaper because I'm so nice. And then stupid little freshmen would buy the bridge pass and be like, "Oh man, I can't wait to go across the bridge," and then find out, "Oh, I didn't."
You do not need a pass to cross because I was never even offered it, so I never fell for it. But
I was never offered.
do any
either,
of
but
you
I
know anyone
probably
who
would have
was?
for it.
Like some people did fall for it though,
There's
right?
an urban legend.
Definitely.
Some people did spend money to cross the bridge and then found out it was useless.
Dude, honestly, I kind of wish I had a bridge pass just as like memorabilia.
Actually,
That'd be sick.
though, that would end up on my little chalkboard behind me.
Yeah, what's on that chalkboard, Ian?
I got a lot of stuff. You want me to run you through it?
Sure.
I got a homecoming ticket from our sophomore year, the Once
Mhm.
Upon a Homecoming thing.
Yup.
Ooh,
That
good one.
yeah.
Hold up.
I think that was this year, but okay.
Oh, maybe. No, that was the Hollywood one. This
Yeah.
one was Once Upon a Hoko.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That one was trash, dude.
Honestly, kind of right.
Throwing shade at David.
Hey, this year's theme though. This year's theme's pretty fire.
Oh,
The
next
Vegas
year's?
team.
Yeah, our senior year
Vegas.
homecoming theme is Viva Las Vegas. No gambling will be allowed though, which is unfortunate.
But I've
They
got
can't stop me.
this old calendar from it's from January. A map of TBK Sports Complex, which is where I and
Where'd you
Jacob.
get that?
It was
What?
it was the Airconic event. They handed out these maps.
Oh,
And
why do you need a map? It's not like a high school that's like complex. TVK
It
is just a
really
big
I mean, I
building.
can show it to you really quick. Do that.
Wow,
Wow.
Yeah.
it's
That's where
pretty
you
cool.
work.
I do work there. It's memorabilia.
work.
I'll just put that down there for now. I got Mr. Beast bars, a few other
What?
random stuff.
Uh,
Dude, it was limited edition Mr. Beast D's Nuts bar.
no,
I
but
think I think they still sell it.
Oh,
I was an idiot as a freshman with
That's
the
basically
seniors
Mhm.
because there was a point in computer science principles, which is like a coding class. There's this senior in there whose name was David, believe it or not. And
Great guy.
like I at the time like couldn't tell when like someone was like actually my friend or not because like I thought we were friends and he was like, hey Sawyer, why don't you help me with this homework assignment over here. So there would be times where it'd literally be like, so Sawyer, what do I do next? I'm like, oh, you just do this. Here, let me do it for you. Oh, thanks Sawyer, I really appreciate it. Hey, do you think you could do the next step for me too? Yeah, I'll be happy to. And
I
yeah,
think you're giving David's a bad rap.
and yeah, now I realize that man, I was taken advantage of.
it happens.
Tragic.
hmm
Well, oh man, I am sick right now. If you heard me coughing at all this episode,
I'm actually sick too. I got like a stuffy nose right now.
probably from me.
Sorry, what the heck?
Speaking of sickness, as we seem to be nearing the end of this episode, I want to talk about something that happened to me at the end of freshman year, which is I got COVID. And it was terrible because the day after my birthday freshman year, I got COVID and I ended up missing the entire last full week of school, like before the week we had finals. So
Mhm.
I missed an entire 5 days in a row and then got back to school and had one single day to make everything up before finals, which were the next 2 days. Which, I mean, actually kind of worked out in my favor because one thing I didn't have to do thanks to that was I didn't have to take the last language arts map testing. I just didn't have to take it. They didn't make me.
I know a kid from freshman year. He got COVID twice, and both times he missed finals. So he missed 2 sets of finals.
That is tragic.
That is tragic. Did you have to retake those?
Well, one of them was 4th quarter, and he never took those. But the other one, yeah, he did have to
Ooh.
take.
So if I
You gonna graduate?
Yeah, he's gonna.
Is he alive?
Gee, I know you're talking about.
They yeah, he's still alive. He's still kicking it. But no,
Great to hear.
he's gonna graduate. I hope.
I hope.
So yeah, 2 of the 3 years I've been in high school, I have been sick right at the end of the year. It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate.
Hey, all I gotta say is I got COVID in 7th grade. I got it in 2019. I was an ambassador of COVID. I was patient
You're
zero,
the
dude.
reason it got in this country. You're the
Hey.
reason quarantine even happened.
Yeah.
So
I got COVID last year.
you did?
Tragic.
You're late to the party.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, my
Come on, man.
sophomore year Thanksgiving break.
Ian, have you ever had COVID?
I might have, but I never got it confirmed because my mom had COVID, and then like a couple of days later, I got sick. So it could have been COVID, but I never actually got it tested. So I'm unconfirmed right now.
Well,
He's still alive though.
it's a
so.
good thing COVID's not real. I think that is going to wrap us up for this first episode. If you enjoyed listening, new episodes will come out every Friday, so tune in next Friday for episode 2. And, go follow the Instagram. If you're watching on YouTube, you can find everything linked in the description. You can find our social media. You can find the podcast social media where we'll post updates and maybe clips. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to do that or not. But, yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 I love you.